So I think we left off at devotedness to the service of Shri Krishna. Explaining this, Sri Vallabhacharya says the Guru instructs and encourages his disciple to perform Bhagwan's service. He considers that Bhagwan's service is the best of all things. If it is so, should he himself not be devoted to Bhagwan's service? Therefore, one who is not devoted to Bhagwan's service should not be chosen as a Guru. The essence of Acharya Charan is noteworthy. If the Guru doesn't put his teaching into practice, such dry as dust instruction can't have any effect on his disciple. So the Guru must practice first what he instructs. So to summarize, it's basically saying, as important as it is to have devotion to Bhagwan for the instructee, it's important for the Guru who's actually giving this to have the same thing that he's giving away, to understand what he's giving away so he can do it properly, to understand the essence of it. And it's saying his devotion is what's important, just like the one he's giving it to.
So being a Guru, because as I told yesterday, that the first principle which Mahaprabhuji instructs in Siddhanta Muktavali is Krishna Seva Sada Karya. Means be in the service of Krishna always, perform Seva of Shri Krishna always. So this is the most basic principle of our Sampradaya. And how it must be done? So Mahaprabhuji explains, Tanu Vittaja Seva. Means you have to use your body, your money, your materials in the Seva of Shri Krishna. So this is what the first principle of Sri Mahaprabhuji is. So if a Guru who is sitting on the post of a Guru, who is going to instruct each and every Vaishnava, who is going to guide everyone, first of all he has to perform Seva. If he is performing Seva, only then he can instruct the disciples to perform Seva.
Should I continue?
Yes.
Being void of hypocrisy, etc. Discussing this characteristic of a Guru, Acharya Charan says, it is true that the person who is devoted in Shri Krishna's service only can be chosen as a Guru. However, the service of Shri Krishna must not be mere outward show to earn money and prestige. He must be free from vices such as greed, temptation, hypocrisy, etc. So it's saying that a Guru will attain some sort of status, and you can't want to be a Guru just for these things such as greed and temptation, and you can't want it because of anything. You have to do it out of pure devotion, and you have to not be filled with any of these qualities.
See, all these qualities are discussed for Seva only. Means if I am performing Seva to show someone, if I am performing Seva as my pride, or I am performing Seva for accumulating money, so you must perform Seva. How to perform Seva? Without being into all these bad qualities. Means these must not be purpose in our mind, not the purpose in the mind of a Guru also. As nowadays we see that everyone is just interested in showing off that how we perform Seva and what are the best qualities we do and how much money we have and how much materials we have. But what if you are not able to do all those things with your own money and even with your own body? Because you are hiring people for doing all these things. Same way, you are not even using your own money. You are collecting money from others. So there is no scope for any type of Tanu Vittaja. So the Seva is business for you. Whatever you are doing, it is for accumulating money. So this is what here Mahaprabhuji means is that what is your intention behind performing Seva? Are you performing Bhagavad Seva for your own self? Are you performing Seva for the sake of your devotion towards Krishna? Or you are performing Seva for all other purposes? So if you are mixing other purposes with Seva, then you are not meant to be a Vaishnava. Because as we had learned before, that Nirgunata is the first quality which is expected in our devotion. What Nirgunata means? It means that we must not have any intention behind performing Seva. The only intention must be expression of our devotion. If I am loving someone, I have to express the love. Same way, if I love Krishna, the expression of my love towards Krishna is the Seva, the mode of Seva. So, what is your intention behind Seva? So, Mahaprabhuji clears that these must not be the intention behind performing Seva. Seva must be performed with the only intention of having love towards Krishna, without expecting anything, without expecting a single thing. So if other purposes are mixing, if you are having other purposes in your mind, Mahaprabhuji says that you are not worthy for being a Pushtimhakti Vaishnava, then how can you be worthy for being a guru? Means a person who doesn't have the feeling of devotion in his heart, how can we accept him as a guru in Bhakti Marg? The characteristics are not matching the qualifications needed. If they are not present in the guru, then how can we expect that he will teach his disciples to perform seva? What he is doing, he will teach the same to others. He will be cheating others. So we are seeing that people are performing seva, but we must be very clear about the intention also. And it is not really very difficult to find the intention, because the intention gets expressed in their activities, in their behavior only. We don't need to ask them and we don't need to test them for that. But how you are behaving, in your behavior only, we can find the intention, their intention behind seva. For example, if I am finding that they are asking for money, they are begging for money for their seva, then it is very clear that if you have crores of money, if you have crores of rupees with you, you are enjoying all the luxuries in this world, and still why are you begging for money from others for Chappan Bhog of your Thakurji, for seva of your Thakurji, for constructing temple of your Thakurji, for getting the ornaments made for your Thakurji? Why are you begging from others? If you have money, why don't you use your own money in seva of Shri Thakurji? So the intention gets clear that the seva is only a medium through which you want money, not for Bhagavan but for your own self, for fulfilling your wants. So the thing is, if we check the things minutely, we can find the intention of the person behind devotion in his behavior. We don't need to do any extra effort for that. Yeah, continue.
Knower of the essence of Bhagavad, the Guru must have the knowledge of the essence of Bhagavad Puran. Acharya Charan brings out these characteristics as under this: the devotional fruit of service can be obtained only if it is performed as dictated in by Bhagavan and Bhagavat, etc. The service can never be fruitful if it is backed by sentiments of worldly or otherworldly desire, greed, prestige, etc. Therefore, Guru must have knowledge of the essence of Bhagavat, so as to know the true nature of service and sentiments associated with service. So it's saying that to understand the blessing that is this path, the Guru has to understand it to give it away. And it's like if the Guru is filled with greed or these bad qualities, and he's trying to initiate this, trying to initiate someone, it's not going to be pure, and it's going to, if he has the essence of Bhagavat, then he's going to be able to give it away.
Mahaprabhuji considered Bhagavat as the verbal form of Krishna himself. For Bhagavat, he says, Bhagavat is the Namatmak Swarup of Krishna, the verbal form of Krishna himself. So the essence and the source of devotion is Srimad Bhagavat. So for Mahaprabhuji, the person who is not understanding Bhagavat, the person who doesn't understand the Bhagavat, he won't be able to perform devotion, because the Mahatmya Gyan Purvak Sudrat Sarvatodika Sneho Bhakti, this is the definition of devotion. Means first of all understand the divine form of Krishna, and because of learning the divine form of Krishna, we develop feeling of respect and love towards Bhagavan. So Bhagavat is the source of devotion, and therefore Bhagavat must be understood, and only after that we can perform devotion properly. And as I explained yesterday, that how to learn Bhagavat, how to understand the concept of Bhagavat. So the concept of Bhagavat is explained by Sri Mahaprabhuji in Bhagavatarth Nibandh and in Subodhni, the commentary Sri Mahaprabhuji wrote on Bhagavat. Not by listening to the Katha for 7 days and just dancing and singing, etc. These are not the formats in which we can understand Bhagavat. It can never be a Bhagavat, and never Bhagavat can be expressed in those ways. So as people are using the seva for accumulating money, same way we are using the Bhagavat for accumulating money. Bhagavat Katha are being done for money purpose, for earning money, for collecting people, and for making them hypocritically, making them attractive, and etc. So these are the intentions behind Bhagavat, behind speaking Bhagavat, behind arranging the Bhagavat Katha, etc. So these are not the formats in which Bhagavat can be understood, and the format of Bhagavat cannot be accepted in our sampradaya like this. So what Mahaprabhuji expects is, Mahaprabhuji explains that Bhagavat must be read each and every day. Go through the Bhagavat every day. Nowadays we are not even lacking the translations, we are not even lacking the books. We have Bhagavat with us, we have translated Bhagavat with us. So go through the text, try to understand it on your own. Take the help of your Guru for understanding it, or take the help of the senior Vaishnavas for understanding it. But these are not the formats in which we can ever understand Bhagavat. So the Guru whom we are accepting, he must be the knower of the concept of Bhagavat, the concept in which Mahaprabhuji wants to explain it, not the concept, his independent concept. Yeah, continue.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, what if you try reading the Bhagavad but you don't understand it?
See, the first thing is that for us, it is not really very hard for understanding Bhagavat. We have all the translations available. If not translations, we even have the Subodhni ji translated into English, the commentary written by Sri Mahaprabhu. Now, the only problem for not being able to understand Bhagavat is that we just skip the middle stages. Bhagavat can be only understood if you are going through Shodas Granth first of all. After that we understand Tattvartha Deep Nibandh, and after that we go for Bhagavat. The problem is when we jump these steps. We try to learn and reach and understand Bhagavat at the first step without understanding Shodas Granth and Tattvartha Deep Nibandh properly. So we must, if we go methodically, it is not very difficult to understand Bhagavat. But if we are facing some difficulty, we must take help from others. It can be our senior Vaishnavas around us, it can be our Guru also. We can go and ask them that, yeah, we are not able to understand these things here. We can point out our queries, and we can get the answers from them. But it is very necessary to follow the steps. We cannot jump the steps, and if we are jumping the steps, then it is very clear that we won't be able to understand the subject.
Right.
Okay. Anyone else? Fine.
Naratva in Shri Sarvotram Mustra Sutra Prabhucharan Shiva Vitomnaji writes, Bhuvi Bhakti Pracharika Krit Krit Swanai Krit Pita, which means my father Shivalabhacharya has extended his lineage so that Pushti devotion may keep spreading among Pushti beings in future also. Prabhu Charan's Shivatanaji statement coupled with Shivalabhacharya's statement showing qualification of Guru makes clear that the descendant of Shivalabhacharya who is devoted to the Shri Krishna service, who is void of vices, of hypocrisy, etc., and who knows the essence of Bhagavat, is eligible for bestowing initiation of Pushtibhakti Sampradaya. Here, one thing is worth considering. The lineage is consistent of both men and women. Are both the men descendants and the women descendants of Shivalabhacharya eligible to bestow an initiation? The doctrine in this matter is stated hereunder. Should I keep reading or summarize?
Yeah, read till this chapter completes.
Okay.
The topic.
So Mahaprabhu Shivalabhacharya has specifically used the word nar in the man in the verse showing qualifications of Guru. Though both women and men are descendants of Shivalabhacharya, the right to bestow initiation rests with men descendants in Shivalabhacharya lineage and not with the women's descendants. So it said, like we said yesterday, how Shivalabhacharya talked about how the men are like the right to bestow initiation rests with only the men right now, and even though like that's important, it's only one of like the secondary qualifications though, and like the main reason though is that the main like important thing is that they're void of vices like hypocrisy and greed, and just they have all the qualifications, and being a man is just like one of the secondary qualifications.
Yeah. Historically, Mahaprabhuji was not ready to marry, but Bhagavan ordered him that you must marry, and I would like to take birth in your family, with your wife. So Mahaprabhuji married, and after that, Shri Gopinathji and Vithalnathji were born as his children. And the only purpose behind that marriage and the only purpose of having the children, the family, was to propagate the Bhakti Sampradaya in future. So that having descendants, Mahaprabhuji would be able to propagate the Bhakti Sampradaya, and through his descendants, since this day, we have Bhakti Sampradaya alive and the tradition alive. But the only thing is that, as I explained yesterday, this is the only secondary qualification. The major qualifications are other three, which we understood first. And the next topic which we have is abandonment of the Guru. In which conditions can we abandon the requirement of the Guru? So in that we will understand it in more brief. But the only thing is that the qualities must be checked. And being a descendant of Sri Mahaprabhuji, it is not necessary for everyone to be perfect. As we understand that in many Vaishnava families, their children are not Vaishnava, the younger generation is not Vaishnava, only the grandparents are performing seva and are interested in Vaishnavism. So this can happen in lineage of Sri Mahaprabhuji also. It is not a very new thing, but the only problem with them is in spite of being not qualified for being a guru, they are not able to leave the greed of being a guru, the greed of having disciples, the greed of having the tradition and etc. So this is the only problem with them. But the thing is that the disciple must be very clear about his requirements. Disciple must understand his requirements and be interested and must accept the person as his guru only if he has all the three qualifications in him. Not just by being a descendant you have the right to be a guru. And if it would have been so, Mahaprabhuji wouldn't have explained the next slope, the next topic. Tadabhave swayam vapi means in which conditions can you abandon the guru and accept Mahaprabhuji as your guru. So if Mahaprabhuji too would have the thought in his mind that each and every descendant of mine has the qualification of being a guru, he is qualified to be a guru, then Mahaprabhuji wouldn't have explained this exceptional condition. Same way, when Sri Mahaprabhuji was leaving for the holy abode and was leaving the body here, at that time during his sannyas, Shri Gosaiji and Gopinathji arrived near him and asked that what are your last orders for us. So there Mahaprabhuji wrote the Shiksha Shloka and explained that if you are not able to be a devotee of Krishna, yada bahirmukha yuyam bhavishyata kathanchana, means if you stay away from Krishna, then the flow of this Kalikal will take you very, very away from Krishna. So the thing is that these were the last instruction of Mahaprabhuji for his sons also. So how can we expect that the descendant of Sri Mahaprabhuji who are affected by the bad effect of Kali Yuga, they can always have good qualities in them? So the problem is that this can happen with each and every person. So we must be careful. We must check the qualities of Guru and only then we must accept that person as our guide or must get initiated through him. Now if we are not able to find a Guru, then what is the option? Mahaprabhuji explains in the next topic, the abandonment of the Guru. We will be continuing that tomorrow. Okay, so these were the qualifications of the Guru, and after checking the characteristics and qualities, only then we must accept that person as a Guru. Not just by blindfoldedly accepting that person as a descendant of Sri Mahaprabhuji, we can get initiated. So Mahaprabhuji has given that option also, that what is the option available in the exceptional case when we are not able to find a good Guru for us. Okay, so we will learn that tomorrow. If we have questions, we will discuss that and then we'll go ahead. Let us conclude here for today.